Once again, I'm back with another theory to predict the identity of Sylux. Previously, I predicted that Sylux could be Ian Malkovich, due to his connections with the Galactic Federation and his motives for revenge being the fact that he was left for dead on an exploding transport ship. I also predicted that Sylux could be just a rogue AI piloting an empty suit, due to how unlikely a human body can contort into the lockjaw form, and the AI possibly was originally programmed to replace Samus after she left the Galactic Federation military. But now I present you with an even crazier theory. This theory was inspired by the commenter Milo1214, who suggested that Sylux could actually be Mother Brain, and her AI is the one piloting the suit this whole time. It's honestly a really crazy idea, but it's crazy enough that it just might work. I mean, come on, think about it. Have you ever seen Mother Brain and Sylux in the same room together?
Coincidence? I think not!
Joking aside though, I'm kinda serious about this theory, and going through some of the potential evidence, I'm honestly kinda convinced. But before we begin, remember to subscribe if you like Metroid content. Join the membership to support the channel. You get access to early videos, Metroid emotes, and a badge by your name. And of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's get started. So this theory hinges on the idea that Sylux is an AI piloting an empty suit. I have a whole separate theory explaining this idea, but just to recap, it's strange to think that a human can be inside the suit when we see its morphball form, the lockjaw. It's not possible for a body to be able to twist into this form, and I really don't believe that the Galactic Federation has the technology to convert a living being into a ball of energy. Also, the fact that the species identification for Sylux is unknown when we see it in the Metroid Prime Hunters intro can be explained by the fact that there is no physical body in the suit. With no body piloting the suit, there's no species to identify. Plus, the blank faceplate with the line down the middle resembles the AI-controlled mech suit seen in Blast Ball. So this design feature could indicate that it's controlled by an artificial intelligence. An AI wouldn't need a traditional visor for vision. But why Mother Brain? Well, her motives fit Sylux perfectly. There's no doubt that she hates the Galactic Federation. She joined the Space Pirates so she can overthrow the Galactic Federation and rule the galaxy. And there's literally no question that she hates Samus. I mean, there is the obvious reason that she was defeated and destroyed by Samus in the original Metroid game, but we also see in the prequel manga that Mother Brain has always resented Samus. Her motives line up with the little bits of lore we know about Sylux. So far this makes sense. So how would this be possible? The way I see it, it's likely that Mother Brain has a backup of her AI. When she was destroyed during the original Metroid game, her backup would go online and look for a new body to upload her consciousness into. The Space Pirates wouldn't be able to provide a suitable body for Mother Brain due to how incompetent they are with their science division. So instead, Mother Brain would uplink into the Galactic Federation database and discover the secret project developing the Sylux armor, with the suit being the only suitable option she has. Mother Brain would hack into the suit to take control of the armor and set out on her goals for revenge. We see that Mother Brain can uplink herself into a remote vessel in the manga, and to a lesser extent her android body in Other M, so we know she's not restricted to her original body. But Mother Brain's narcissistic. She probably hates the fact that she has to rely on Galactic Federation technology, so her main goal as Sylux would be to find the resources needed to rebuild her own body. Her original body was built by the Chozo and had strong psychokinetic abilities, so she'll need to find technology with a similar capability to the Chozo to build an adequate replacement. This could explain why Sylux went to the Elemic cluster during Prime Hunters. She knew that the Elemics had an affinity with strong psychic powers, and probably hoped that the ultimate power could be used to rebuild her body. And this could further explain why we see Sylux exploring the Vespin outpost specifically when we first encounter him. The area was used for experiments with weaponry and had their own version of an advanced brain in a jar, so this could have been another opportunity to find a way to rebuild her body. When that didn't work out, she moved on to her next chance. During Prime 3 corruption, the Galactic Federation created the Aurora units, organic supercomputers similar to Mother Brain. Sylux could have decided to show up after learning that the Space Pirates successfully captured an Aurora unit and wanted to study the brain as a basis to recreate her body. But with the pirates under Dark Samus's control and the Aurora unit corrupted and destroyed, she wouldn't have an opportunity to research it. We also see Sylux leaving Elysium. Since the planet was once a Chozo colony, she could have been looking for Chozo technology to rebuild her body as well. And finally, we have Prime 4, where Sylux is seemingly after a Lamorn artifact. Sylux could have learned about the Lamorn and their psychic powers, and discovered that the species integrated psychic powers into their technology. Sylux could have been after the artifact to learn how to integrate psychic powers into her new body, but after that mishap that we see in the Treehouse gameplay, Sylux would now have an opportunity to harness and study the gems that gave the Lamorn and Samus their psychic powers. This idea can explain a lot of elements about Mother Brain and Sylux's story. For starters, I always thought it was weird the space pirates were able to not only rebuild Mother Brain for Super Metroid, but also improve her design with a new body. The space pirates have a terrible track record when it comes to replicating Chozo's technology. In Prime 1, their trooper pirates had glaring weaknesses when they tried replicating Samus's beam weaponry, and they couldn't even replicate the Morphball ability without mangling their test subjects. Therefore, I don't believe that they were able to rebuild Mother Brain on their own. I even have a little mini theory that the Master Brain that we see during Federation Force was actually a prototype Mother Brain that the Space Pirates created, but it was lacking the ability to contain sentience and psychic abilities. It wouldn't be suitable for Mother Brain, so it was repurposed for the Do My Super weapon. However, if Mother Brain was in Sylux's suit, searching for technology to properly rebuild her body, then it would explain how the Space Pirates managed to rebuild Mother Brain's body, since she would be the one responsible for finding all the resources that are needed. Second, Prime 4's introduction tells us that Sylux forcefully is controlling the space pirates to do his bidding. This detail seemed kinda strange for me, because in the context of Sylux being his own character, he always seemed like a lone wolf type of character. But in the context of Sylux being Mother Brain, this would make total sense. Mother Brain would definitely subjugate the space pirates for her plans. She practically did when she was executing her plan during Metroid 1 and Super Metroid. It's totally in her character to do that. And finally, we have the Metroids. If Mother Brain was controlling the armor, it would make sense for how she would be able to clone and modify that captured Metroid for her plans. Mother Brain has insider knowledge on how to create Metroids because she helped the Chozo create them in the first place. I argue that Mother Brain is the only being in this point of the timeline who would know how to clone Metroids. When Mother Brain isn't involved, the space pirates were only able to create Metroids with the help of Phazon, but with the substance being purged and destroyed, they wouldn't be able to clone or create Metroids of their own. So the idea of Sylux successfully developing Metroid clones would make a lot more sense if it was Mother Brain in the suit. And there's one final thing I want to add to this theory, and it's how this possible idea could affect a future game in the timeline. It's more than likely that Sylux will be defeated in Prime 4, and afterwards the Galactic Federation could salvage that armor and study the remnants of the AI in the suit to develop their own version of Mother Brain seen in Other M. I thought it was insane and impossible that the Galactic Federation was able to create a Mother Brain replica because they never had an opportunity to study her properly. But this idea could be the perfect excuse to explain how Mother Brain returns in Metroid Other M. Overall, with all the supporting evidence of Sylux being an AI, appearing in areas that have technology with cerebral and psychic potential, and paralleling Mother Brain by cloning Metroids and subjugating space pirates, I'm practically convinced that Mother Brain's AI is controlling the Sylux armor. I know it's a crazy concept to suggest that Mother Brain could be Sylux piloting an empty power suit, but I really like this idea. It makes Mother Brain a more looming threat in the series, since even though she has a pivotal role in the series lore, she only appears 2.5 times, so this would be a neat way to expand her lore. Plus, Mother Brain being Sylux will add a whole new layer to Samus and Sylux's rivalry. As of now, we don't really know why Sylux is so hell-bent against the Galactic Federation and Samus doesn't have much of a reason to see Sylux as a rival besides seeing him as a villain that needs to be stopped. But with this theory, there'll be so much history between Samus and Mother Brain to fuel their rivalry. As I mentioned earlier, Mother Brain has always resented Samus and was jealous that she wasn't seen as the Chozo's greatest creation, and Samus would mirror the grudge due to Mother Brain being the reason Samus lost her family twice. Can you imagine the tension between these two when Sylux reveals that they were Mother Brain the whole time? It would really flare up the rivalry. It would be an amazing moment. But of course, what do you guys think about this theory though? I know, it's a crazy theory, but I think it's a really cool concept. But if this idea does seem too extreme, and that it would somehow ruin Mother Brain's impact and destroy the mystery of Sylux or whatever, maybe we can justify most of my points by saying Sylux is still his own character, but he's just being guided by Mother Brain, who's been lurking in the shadows this entire time, and that she's using Sylux to find the necessary resources she needs to rebuild her body. But again, that's all just a theory. Again, thank you commenter Milo1214 for giving me this idea for this theory, and member shoutout to ZDS Pro and Vic for being channel members. If you have your own cool theories or thoughts about this theory in particular, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe if you like Metroid content, join the membership to get access to emotes, badges, and early access to new videos, and if you want more Metroid content, check out the videos above. It's a theory discussing the potential of the Metroid Prime being a Lamorne, and another theory discussing the potential connections between the Lamorne and the savage alien seen in the trailer. They're pretty cool theories. So if you're in the mood for cool theories, check out those videos right there. And with that being said, I'm the Metroid Trainer. Hope you like, favorite, subscribe, stick around for next time because I'll be seeing you later.